Okay, so if you remember in the previous video, we created environment variables and stored values like product ID, product name, and product price. Okay, so in this video, now I'll show you where those variables are actually saved and how we can use them in put and delete request. Okay, and also we will see how data can travel from one request to another, okay, which is called request chaining, okay, which is very important. Okay, okay, so just remember the term request chaining. Okay, okay, so here we know we created two variables in post request, product name and product price. To see them we need to click on here this button. So if you click on this, come on. Okay, so here it is showing we have product name and product price. Okay, okay, in this request. Okay, so now I'll show you how to use this product ID. Okay, so here we captured this product ID, correct? So we will see how to use this product ID input and delete request. Okay, and before that, one important point is, so here the variables, whatever the variables we created, they are specific to this QA environment. Okay, so if we switch between any environment and try to access the variables, we cannot access. Okay, they are specific to this particular environment. Okay, okay, so now let us use this in put request. Okay, so you know already how to access the variable, correct, using double curly braces. So here instead of just hard coding the value, here with curly braces we need to call this variable. Okay, so here if we mouse over on this, we can see the value. Okay, so just click send, and here I'll just, I'll update title, test title script, and price 251. Okay, so now I'll update this product ID 1. Okay, if you can see here, this ID is updated and also price and title got updated. Okay, okay, so now what test we can write? So as usual, one is to validate this status code, and another thing is we can validate this response, sorry, this product ID is same in both request and in response body. Okay, okay, so here I'll just go to scripts. So I'm in post response, so I'll just copy this. Status code is 200, and also I can validate the response. Copy. Okay, so now we'll write a test to validate that product ID matches the environment variable. Okay, so let response JSON is equal to pm dot response dot JSON. Okay. So now we'll write a method that is pm dot test product ID matches and variable. Okay, so how to validate that? Pm dot expect response JSON dot id, okay, is equal to, I'll press tab, it is giving me to equal. So here we are using get method. Okay, pm dot environment dot get product id. Okay, so save and let us execute. Okay, so there are three tests and three tests are passed. Okay, So next is delete. So usually what we will do is after updating, we will use this get product. Okay, we will call this get product and we will validate it once again. Okay, so whatever we updated, that should be present in get. It should get updated. Okay, so usually, so once we update, so how we will see by using get request, correct? So I'll just make the copy of it and I'll just drag this below this put request and we will execute this once again. So what is the product ID? Product ID is saved in product ID, correct? So save and send. Since this is actually not updating anything, this is a public API. So we are getting some error. This is fine. Okay. But in real time, this is how we execute. Okay. So now let's move on to delete request. And same thing for patch also. So we want to patch this product. So we can do next we'll go to delete. So here I want to delete this product ID 1. I'll pass the product ID and for delete we should not use request body. Okay, it is not there. Let's set. Usually for delete it will be R204 no content, but now this is a public API. Here it is 200 okay, but 200 okay is also fine. Okay, and after this also usually what we will do is we will call another get request and validate. So we will do like this. Um, I'll make duplicate copy of this request